Namaskaram and welcome back to today's video. So today we are diving into the extraordinary world beneath our feet. Yes, the soil. Did you know that the world's first life-saving antibiotics emerge from this very soil? Join us in this eye-opening journey with Sadhguru as he unravels the incredible secrets hidden beneath the ground. But hold on, there is more. He also sheds light on how we can come together to save soil from the brink of extinction. Let's explore the wonders of soil and discover how it holds the key to life itself. Stay tuned for a mind-blowing adventure with Sadhguru.
So you need to understand the institution of marriage. It's about bringing a certain sanctity to the simple basic needs that every human being has. There are physical needs, there are psychological needs, there are economic needs, emotional needs, social needs, variety of needs. To fulfill all these things, we set up an institution called marriage where all this can be conducted in a sensible manner. Otherwise, if we did it on the streets like every other creature, it would turn ugly for us and we will feel not good about it. So to bring some sense of organization, some aesthetic, some stability, because man and woman coming together naturally brought fresh life. It is, compared to any other creature, it is the most helpless life, which needs maximum amount of support. You could leave a puppy on the street, as long as he gets food, he grows up into a good dog, no problem. But not so with the human being, he doesn't need just physical support, he needs variety of support and above all, a stable situation. Whether there should be marriage in society or not, one will debate when they are 18 because physical body is asking for freedom, all right? At that time, everybody questions, is marriage really needed? Why can't we just live whichever way we want? But when you are 3 years of age, you valued marriage immensely, a stable marriage immensely, isn't it so? Yes or no? Yes. Again, when you become 45, 50, you're 100% for marriage. Between 18 and 35, you're questioning the whole process, okay? Because where the physical body is dominant, at that time, if you give in to that, then it will question every institution. This is hormone-fired freedom, okay? Your intelligence has been hijacked by hormones, so you question the fundamentals of everything. I am not saying marriage is the thing, but do you have a better alternative? If you have a better alternative, damn the marriage. But you have not come up with a better alternative, because a stable situation is a must for a child. Once you have a child, it's a 20-year project. Your whims and fancies will change, your emotions will change. If that is what it is, don't get into such situations. It's not compulsory for everybody to get married. It's good, young people, you're saying people are thinking whether to get married or not, I'm glad. It is not necessary for everybody. But if you get into it and especially if you get into children, you must understand it's a minimum 20-year project, whether you like it or you don't like it. Otherwise, you shouldn't get into those projects. You don't walk into a project, drop it halfway and walk away, isn't it? It's your choice, but at least choose consciously. You don't have to get married because everybody is getting married. You don't have to talk about marriage and divorce in same breath as if they come together. This is a completely an American idea, you're thinking of marriage and divorce together. Nobody thought of divorce in this country till recently, isn't it? So, if it happens, if something happens, something truly went wrong between two people and they have to separate, that will anyway inevitably happen. You don't have to plan it at the time of wedding. Why should you ever talk about marriage and divorce in one breath? It's a crime. I don't want you to travel on the path of yoga. Whatever goddamn path you're traveling on, take yoga with you. It will make the path easy and beautiful. Whether you go north or south, if it is dark, you take a torch, isn't it? Only northward people take torch, southern people take darkness with you. Is there such a thing? No. So, you getting married
is because of your needs. You were not born with your wife, were you? You were born like this, a complete human being. Because you have certain needs, physical, psychological, emotional, maybe financial, social, that also is there, right? So, various needs. Marriage is generally supposed to be a package which deals with all these needs. Physical needs, psychological needs, emotional needs, social needs, sometimes financial needs also. So it is a comprehensive package that if you get married, all these problems are solved in one shot. Sometimes they may refuse to fulfill some of your needs, so you get stressed, strained and tortured. I want you to understand, you married for your well-being, not as some sacrifice for somebody's sake. You married for your needs and your well-being, isn't it? You better remember that all your life. You married and tied up the other person with you because you have needs. You did not do it for the other person's sake. Yes or no? Let's be straight about this. Yes or no? Yes. You remember this? If you remember this, you live in little gratitude, okay? You, if not all the five pancha and the five needs, at least two you fulfilled for me, thank you very much, isn't it? All the five perfectly, maybe they did not fulfill, at least two or three they fulfilled, right? Your husband or your wife? Did they, didn't they? If they did not fulfill anything, I don't think you would be there by now. Yes or no? If they did not fulfill any of your needs, I do not think you would still be there. They are fulfilling some needs, a few things maybe they are not able to fulfill. So are you. You are also not able to fulfill every one of the needs of the other person. Some you're fulfilling, some you're not, isn't it so? So, why did this become stress, strain and torture? Whichever way you have made it, till now, it doesn't matter. If you're willing, in 3 days' time, it doesn't matter how bad your situation is, in 3 days' time, you can bring it to a semblance of peace. If not love, if not ecstasy, at least you can bring it to a peaceful state in 3 days' time if you are willing, 100%. Yes or no? At least you can shut up. Simply, whatever happens. Peace will happen. And maybe they will love it. So, don't walk the path of yoga, whatever the path, you must carry yoga with you. If you carry yoga with you, it'll light up your path, whatever path you have chosen. You have chosen your path out of your needs. You already done it, so that's up to you. Those who have not done it, I would like you to choose your path not out of your compulsive needs, but of your conscious needs. So, when that stage in your life comes, it is time to consciously look at your life and see, will today's needs mean something to you after 5 years or 10 years? Will it be worthwhile to tie up your life for the simple needs that you have today, or are these just passing needs for you? It's a very strong need, you must marry. If it is not a strong need, it's a passing need. You can work out your needs probably by just going to a cinema, then no need to get married. Yes, many people are like this, their needs are not very strong, it's just passing. But social structure tells them you have to. Not necessary. It must be a conscious choice. Whichever way you go, it must be your conscious choice, not compulsive choices. Because if you choose compulsively, you will always take it out on the people around you. Because you feel like a slave and you don't like it, so you take it out on them and they will take it out on you. So, it is not about what you're doing, it is about how you do it. What you're doing is according to our requirements, but how you do it will determine the nature of your life. Is it an advantage to walk single rather than walk with people? Yes, if you want to walk rapidly. In Africa there is a saying, they say, if you want to walk quick, walk alone. If you want to walk long, walk in company. If you're making a long distance journey, it's better to have company. If you are walking a short distance and very quick you want to walk, it's best to go alone, isn't it? Gautama said another thing. When somebody asked him the same question, he said, "It is better to walk alone than to walk with a fool. Because by looking at you, he is very clear, who else will marry you?" So that is Gautama's way of working. So he said, he's always discouraging people to take company. He said, this life is a brief walk, why do you need company? When you leave this body, it's a long place, there I will be there. This is the offer. But you think life is long. So maybe you need company. If you need company, you take it. But how you conduct this company is very important. If you want to conduct this sensibly, one of the most important things that you need to do, particularly with your children, you must do this, is your psychological and your emotional framework should be around the basic fact of life. The basic fact of life is that you're mortal. Your psychological and emotional structure should be formed around your mortality. This is most important. If you're constantly aware that this is a brief life, any moment you'll fall dead actually, then you would organize your life and conduct your life in a certain way. When you know time is ticking away, any moment you'll be knocked down, you have no time to get angry with somebody, isn't it? You have no time to fight with somebody here. You have no time to sit there depressed for a long period of time because tick, 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 it's going away. Because your psychological structure is organized around your immortality, because of that, you have lot of time to fight, to be depressed, to be frustrated, to fret, to fume. You have lot of time. So it's very, very important that everybody organizes their psychological and emotional structure around the mortal nature of our existence. After all, you are just a baton carrier between the last generation and the next generation, isn't it? Yes? For a brief time it's in your hands, this world. Afterwards, somebody else is going to take it. You will see taking the baton from the previous generation happens in most ugly ways. Handing over the baton to the next generation happens in horrible ways, simply because people's mind is structured around their belief of immortality. They don't see they're mortal. If you're constantly aware that you're mortal, sense will naturally dawn upon you. You will have no time for foolishness. Suppose you're aware that tomorrow you're going to die, would you spend today fighting with somebody? Because your time is ticking, isn't it? And your time is ticking even now. Not after a doctor diagnoses you with some horrible disease. Even now it's ticking, isn't it so? If you want to explore the possibility of what this is, the immensity of what this is, then the time is ticking too rapidly. And time is an extremely relative experience. If you're joyful and blissful, even if you live to be 100, it's a very brief life. It's gone in no time. So, in this brief life, where do you get time for stress, strain and torture? I don't know. Where you get time? This is simply because You think you are immortal. This is the biggest mistake you have done. It is just a brief journey. You must conduct it as gracefully, as blissfully as possible. If you do not know the cosmos, at least you must know this piece of life before you fall dead. That must happen to everybody.
As we conclude our exploration into the profound topic of marriage and life choices, I hope you have found clarity and insights to guide your own path. Remember that the institution of marriage is just one of the many choices we encounter on this embarkable journey of life. Marriage, like any other choice, can be beautiful and fulfilling experience if undertaken consciously. But whether you choose to walk the path of marriage or venture alone, there is a universal truth to keep in mind. Carrying yoga with you will make your journey easy and beautiful. Yoga, not just a physical practice, but as a way of being, can transform every aspect of your life. It offers you the tools to structure your psychological framework, enabling you to approach life with consciousness rather than compulsion. In this space of conscious choice, stress, strain, and depression can find no foothold. You can navigate life twists and turns with grace and inner strength. Our channel is a reservoir of wisdom, waiting to accompany you on your own self-discovery. We won't ask you to subscribe or like this video. Those are choices entirely yours to make. But we do invite you to return whenever you seek guidance, insight, or simply a moment of peace. Our videos are here ready to accompany you on your path to a more conscious and fulfilling life. May your choices be conscious, your path beautiful, and your life filled with wisdom and serenity. Thank you for being a part of our community, and we look forward to welcoming you back whenever you choose to return. Namaskaram.